Welcome to the Gold Coast Builders Association Builders Spotlight. News you can use and news discovered to help grow your business and move our home builders industry forward. No matter if you're a builder, an associate, or a home buyer or seller, this news is for you. Let's find out who is in the Builders Spotlight today with your host, Sam Yates. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Gold Coast Builders Association Builders Spotlight podcast. I'm Sam Yates, your anchorman and executive for the GCBA, as well as host of the Florida Business Forum. And that last part is important because my guest today is going to be featured not only for our builders, but we feel the company is so important and what our guest has to say is so important that we want to share this with just not only our builders, but everyone in the entire state of Florida. So I'm joined today by Matthew DiNorcia, and he is the Business Development Manager for UMI Stone, the source for stone products in the home building industry here in Florida, and a whole lot more. And if you're wondering how much more, we're going to find out. Matt, welcome to the program today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Sam. Excited to be here.
You know, I want to get to know more about UMI Stone, but your products, your services, the sales area. But I always like to start with getting to know a little bit more about my guest. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, so obviously your introduction covered it. I'm Matt DiNorcia. I've been with UMI on and off for a while, but full-time for just over 2 years now. Kind of touching a bunch of different fields here at UMI. I'm a little bit all over the board. I know business development manager is a pretty broad title, but I'm kind of a little bit all over the place. Born and raised here in Naples, Florida, which is UMI's headquarters is in Naples, Florida. I've been here my entire life. So I went to college in New York City, kind of got the opposite end of the spectrum, Naples, Florida to New York City. But yeah, I started work right after college and I've been going ever since. So that's a little bit about me.
Well, you know, we can tell right away you have this dynamic personality that fits with the job title. So, you know, I'm sure that you're able to give us a little history of the company. So tell us all about the company.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, UMI started in 2002. We were founded here in Naples, Florida. We had a location actually down the street from where we're at now, and started in 2002. Things were a lot different then. There was no such thing as like a quartz or anything like that, or not as familiar quartz, a lot more natural stone, things like that. So we started in 2002. We kind of rapidly grew. We actually started UMI. Everyone always asks what UMI stands for. It's actually United Materials, Inc. That's how the company was founded, as United Materials, Inc. And as we grow and expand, everyone kind of referred to us as UMI, probably from these shirts. So we just kind of identified as UMI and kind of transitioned our business to be called UMI Stone. So yeah, we started in 2002, developed significantly over time. We started in Naples. We were in Naples and then expanded over to Boynton Beach and our Tampa location. Not too long after that, and from there grew and grew and grew, and now we're 18 locations. So it's been super exciting, but yeah, we're over 20 years in business, and it's been super good for us to kind of experience these different markets and grow and learn.
Well, you know, I think it's a testimony to the quality of the company. The growth speaks for how much the products are really in need and wanted. So tell us a bit about the products. You mentioned a couple of quartz, for example, but go into the product line a little bit for us.
Yeah, so I'll start with quartz. It's the most familiar. It's really what's the most trendy right now. Quartz is, for us, we carry one line of quartz. It's called Pompeii Quartz. It's manufactured by Vico Stone, who is the #1 quartz manufacturer in the world right now. All Breton technology, super high quality, great designs. We have different levels with our colors, so we're super competitively priced wise. It's really a good product. We offer the material in standard size, jumbo sizes, and even half slabs, which is not super typical of a quartz company. But we do a ton of quartz volume. Everyone loves our colors. I think our purchasing team is super forward thinking with our designs and working with our manufacturer. And like I said, it's such a big part of our business, and there's so many different quartz brands out there, right? So it's super important for us to distinguish ourselves. And I think our colors in Pompeii really are a big piece of that, as well as our different availability of sizes and our flexibility in our pricing groups and things like that. For a builder, for a homeowner, for anybody, it really allows you to kind of have some versatility within a product, right? Instead of saying it's quartz, here's where you're at. You can kind of play around and be a little bit more flexible with the product. So quartz is our number one. And I mean, we carry everything: quartz, porcelain, natural stone. We have vitrazo, which is a recycled glass material that's made in Georgia. So kind of products all over the board. Quartz is our number one, but I don't know if you want me to touch on the other products now, or you want to.
No, just give us an overview of those, because I know that the popularity of quartz is there, but you mentioned natural stone. There's still a lot of market for natural stone.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think honestly, what distinguishes UMI the most from our competitors is our natural stone. The backbone of this company has been natural stone since 2002, right? Like that's where we started. That's where the industry was for so long. And as much quartz is going on because of the low maintenance and things that come with quartz and the white backgrounds, natural stone still is super popular. And there's those customers who want natural stone and they want something that looks real and has that feel to it where it's a piece of the earth. And that's where really what distinguishes UMI is our inventory of natural stone. That's one of our big distinguishers compared to competitors, is just we have such a good access. We've had long-standing relationships with these suppliers where we're buying first grade, we're buying really quality material, and we just have really, really strong inventory. Our showrooms are a testament to that. I know you had mentioned that you went down to our Boynton Beach location.
Right.
And the inventory there, it's super, super strong, 2cm, 3cm, all over the board. But that's one of the things I think we're most proud of as a company is our natural stone inventory. And that's really what separates us just in general.
One of the phrases that I heard, not just at the facility in Boynton in the showroom there and talking with the staff there, but in doing research, was the term stone surfacing.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody thinks that stone is just for countertops, they're wrong. It can be used in many, many different ways.
Yeah, I think it's the coolest part about our industry, right? Like how versatile the stone is. You see people put stone everywhere, right? Some of our oldest monuments in our country are made of marble, right? Like a White House and different buildings that are made with marble and with stone. I think going back to your question about stone surfacing really can be used with all products and all applications. And I think for me, it's one of the coolest things to see how creative our fabricators and builders and designers and architects can really be with stone. Because there's typical countertops and floors and things like that, but vertical applications and putting slabs vertically. I mean, like a lot of our natural stone and porcelains and things like that, they really look like art. And for a homeowner or for someone who's experiencing that, it becomes like a piece of art in their home. So I see a lot of dining rooms, people using stuff vertically, countertops, they're building coffee tables, really anything outside of houses, pillars. So it's really something that's taken off, especially recently, the stone surfacing idea. But really the creativity behind it goes back years and years and years ago, right? So it's super interesting to me to see that it's coming back and it's becoming more current, where people are doing it more frequently and finding ways to be creative with displaying stone in their homes. But really the roots of it is from generations ago.
Now, in part of my research, I understand that there is an expansion of brand going on, actually starting right about now here in the summer of 24. What's that all about?
Yeah, so a couple different ways to look at it. Like I mentioned earlier, we're 18 locations now. So we started as one location in Naples, and UMI slowly, over time, has expanded to become 8 locations until very recently, where we acquired 2 companies in the north and the central regions called European Granite and Marble and Marva Marble. We were super excited and fortunate to have this acquisition. And with that, obviously, when you look at acquiring 10 more locations, seemingly overnight, there's a lot of changes that have to come with that on our end. So recently we have gotten the rights to the Vico Stone brand in the north and the central, anything from the Carolinas above on the East Coast. I believe it was 11 total states that we got. So we are the sole distributor of Vico Stone for those territories now. We're super excited about it. It's really like a game changer for us to be able to offer that quartz, and we have the reputation with it. We understand the supplier and really what they provide us and the service they provide us from the product standpoint, which allows us to provide that to our customers. So we're really fortunate to have that. I know the management team took a lot of pride in that, and then really was super excited to get that. So we're really excited about that.
You know, I think the entire industry went through a period of time where there was always a backlog. How are you on delivery now doing the expansion and everything else?
Yeah, and it's a really good question because from the builder and fabricator perspective, it's super important being able to deliver. And that comes in 2 phases, right? It's not just having the trucks and the space to deliver it, but you also have to have the inventory to deliver as well. One of our strongest suits, like I mentioned, our inventory with our warehouse of natural stones, but I mean, we have warehouses full of quartz and full of our product just so we can make sure that we have what our customers need. Our purchasing team is next to none. Genuinely, like I don't think you could find a stronger team from the purchasing side in making sure everything is strategic from the purchasing end, not just, hey, we want to have cool designs, but also making sure we have enough of every color to support the demand, and samples and things like that. That all is on the back end that you don't think about. But from a delivery side, you need to have that inventory to be able to deliver quickly. For us, I mean, we have our locations can deliver slabs. We do next day, we do 2 days. Typically, our trucks are pretty packed up and loaded, so we're looking at like a 2-day delivery span. But I mean, our managers at our locations, our operations managers, our branch managers are so accommodating. And really, in a situation where you need it, they find a way to get it done. So our fabricators really are a testament to that. And that's really the best person to get that information from, because they experience it. Hey, I need this slab. Can you get it to me tomorrow? And our managers find a way to get that done.
What is, as business manager, business development manager, what's your service area?
Yeah, it's funny because, like I mentioned earlier, I'm kind of in a bunch of different buckets. I find myself involved in a lot, which is super cool for me because I get to learn a lot more. And being a younger guy, I get to experience a lot more. I touch a lot, really more towards the sales side. That's kind of my passion and really where I enjoy myself the most, dealing with my customers and making sure that our level of service is quality. So I spend a lot of time on the sales side. I even handle some accounts directly myself. From the fabricator side, so kind of sales based. I also do a ton internally when it comes to our systems and developing our systems for our team. That's another huge portion of our business is our systems in the back end to make sure that our team has what they need. So I work a lot with that. Different things in purchasing, kind of a little bit all over the board. It's a really interesting job from that perspective because I'm so ingrained in that sales portion of it, but with that, the back end to what the operation is. And that's the cool thing about the title is business development manager, but really I'm just a little bit in a bunch of different buckets, trying to be and learn as much as I possibly can.
And I always have to stop occasionally for the audience that is hearing us but may not see us. And ladies and gentlemen, if you could see the enthusiasm that I am seeing from Matt right now, he is not just enthusiastic, he's into this job 150%, and it shows. So, that I think that is sometimes something that's contagious when you say that you're working with all the teams. Let's hope that that contagion catches on, because you really are enthusiastic, and I don't get to say that to too many people. It shows.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we have such great people here in our company, and beyond work and things like that, it's just like it's infectious here, with a passion from our company from the top down, really kind of is infectious to all of us, and it's contagious. So we have really good energy. Our company is so strong, but such good people. So I catch myself getting a little too riled up sometimes, getting too excited about things, but that's just it's a testament to the team.
I can attest to that. There's nothing wrong with it. Let's talk about production. Two things I want to talk about: production process and customer service. Production process. What happens?
Yeah, the production process, it's interesting because every stone kind of has a different story behind it. And when you go back and understand, like from the natural stone side, it's super complex. And I think sometimes people don't like connect the dots to realize how serious of a process it is. And really, natural stone is what it sounds like. It's natural stone, right? It's coming from the earth. So what I like to tell people is, you're getting a piece of the earth in your kitchen. But if you think about how that happened, this piece of stone is baked in the earth's crust for, let's say, millions of years or however long it's baking in the earth's crust. Now you're pulling that slab, you're pulling it out. They're typically blowing it up with TNT out of a mountain and pulling out a block. And they're cutting that block like a loaf of bread, polishing it, cleaning it all up in some other country. And then it's going to travel all the way across the world to Florida or somewhere on the East Coast. And we're going to bring it in on a container. We're going to unload it. We're going to put it in our warehouse on display. You're going to walk in and pick your piece of the earth that you want. And when you finish picking that, we're then going to ship it, cut it up, tear it up, clean it all up, and put it into your home. So if you think about that process, it's super crazy to think about. Like you're taking a piece of the earth, like the ground underneath us, and putting it into your home. It's super cool. Quartz and porcelain are completely different animals, obviously machinery based. There's a ton of machinery that goes into the natural stone like process with cutting and making sure what they need. But from manufactured product, it's manufactured, right? It's all made with machinery and high level machinery. So it's super complex. The back end of what makes these stones is really one of the cool things that I would love to learn. I continue to love to learn more about it because every single piece of stone is different. And even when it comes to quartz colors, the machinery they use is the same, but their formulas that they're putting in and how they're creating these batches of stone and then playing with each design. And hey, this is the new way we have to do this. We have to change our method of doing this. So let's play with a couple different things here and figure out how we can make this happen. And that's the cool thing from our end about our manufacturers and our suppliers is that we need to take care of our customers, right? Like we need to make sure that we're doing what's right by them, but they're finding ways to fulfill our needs as well and say, hey, we got to change this or we got to try this and play around with this. Obviously, the one thing that they don't play with is the quality of our stone. And that's where we really differentiate with the Breton technology on our quartz and things like that, where our quality will always stay the same. And with that, we like to play with our designs and make things look nice from the manufacturer side.
That leads right into customer service and customer satisfaction. You have an excellent, a very high customer satisfaction rating. Why? Yeah,
again, I have to allude it back to our people. Number one overall, like our sales team, our inside staff, our operations team, they just get it done every day. And it's simple as that. They find a way to get it done. They find a way to take care of the customers. And we really do build relationships with our customers and our builders and our architects and designers. And it becomes something where it's work and you want to separate work and personal, but you find yourself being personally attached to people because you have relationships with them. And that goes both ways, right? So on our end, we really try and find a way to make sure we're satisfying that customer in the best way. And like things happen, right? So we understand, we try and accommodate as much as possible, but it's just our people. Our people's the big thing, and our staff from the top down, as I mentioned earlier. It's just that customer comes first. That's instilled in us, where we're proud to work for UMI, and we're proud that we wear UMI on our shirt every day, and that's our number one goal is to do what's best for UMI, obviously. But we also, with that, for what's best for UMI is what's best for our customers, and that's where we find a way to really differentiate ourselves. And our team is so strong. I can't say it enough. And I know you had the pleasure of meeting Sue Ellen and Boynton, just one example, but like our team finds a way. They find a way.
And actually, there were team members from Tampa there. There were team members from Naples there. And they were there because of another aspect of what makes UMI, in my opinion, so great. And that's community involvement, taking a look at what's going on in the community and being involved in the community. In the particular case that I'm referencing now, the Gold Coast Builders Association, for 3 years now, we've been conducting a hurricane preparedness summit. And this year, UMI stepped forward and said, hey, why don't you hold this at our location? We can showcase some of our products and get to know people, and you will have a venue for the summit. And it involved the director of the National Association of Home Builders Disaster Services, as well as a representative from FEMA. And it was just one of those things where information was being shared, and I could look out and see the UMI personnel who were there that were soaking it up like a sponge, and I know they were, just as into the information as the audience. But that is an example of how UMI not only cares about customers and what's going on with the business, but the community as well. Is that something that goes throughout the organization?
Yeah, and like I said, it's instilled from the top down. I mean, we started as a small business here in Naples, and that's our roots, right? So as you grow, and I think one of the strengths of UMI is that we continue to operate as if every location is its own small business. And when you do that as 18 locations, it allows us to keep that same mindset from day one. But yeah, to allude to it, the community obviously is super important to us. And I think it's interesting because from the construction and building materials industry, when you look at something like a hurricane or things like that, typically like our products we're looking to satisfy people and put stone in their forever home or their dream home and make their dreams come true. But you don't realize on the back end that there's things that can destroy people's dream homes, and there's things that can destroy people. So I think on our end, it's finding a way to take care of our customers, finding a way to get ourselves involved in the community, whether that's builders, designers, architects, and just the everyday people. So for us, I mean, like I said, the service inside our showroom staff is super strong, super accommodating, and really that's kind of the biggest way we can help, is just finding a way to make people happy and take care of them.
That leads right into, how may people get in touch with you or others at UMI?
Yeah, so anyone can get in contact. Really, we have locations all over the board. My first reference is always our website, www.umistone.com. We actually just launched a new version of our website yesterday. We're super, super excited about it. It's really, really clean. The marketing team put a ton of work into it, so we're really, really excited about that. So www.umistone.com. We have live inventory on there. We have all of our products on there, information guides, different things like that. It's really a good place to go and understand what UMI is about and what we can offer you. And then anyone can reach out to me. My email, it's my last name, DiNorcia, m@umistone.com. They can reach out directly to me for any questions or information like that. Like I said, our website's really going to be their quickest resource for information, but I'm always available as well to answer any questions.
He goes the extra mile. Is there anything that we have not touched? We've touched on quite a bit of information. Anything we've not touched upon that you would like to share before we wrap up the program?
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily anything that we have or haven't touched on. It's just like our company really, we have so many people here that really do care about other companies, right? And finding a way to take care of projects. But we are super flexible. Our company, even though our colors are black and white, and we're typically a gray company, right? Because there's the black and there's the white, and we have to find a way to be in the gray. And we really find a way to be in the gray and accommodate the customers and make things happen. So I really urge people to give UMI a shot. Spend some time on our website. Give somebody a call. Find out and just talk to somebody about what you need and what your needs are, because that's really our goal, is to find a way to meet people's needs. And the quickest way to do that is just to ask the question. So, I mean, I really have to say, we do find a way to get it done. We really find a way to accommodate. So it's super, super important to reach out, because we'll be more than happy to answer any questions.
If only we could have the UMI philosophy and dedication and everything that's going on around us. Think of what a wonderful world it would be. And I mean that seriously. You guys make a difference. So I do want to say thank you to everyone that I have encountered there. And if I had to thank them by individual name, first off, it would take too long. So I just want to say, for everybody that I've encountered on behalf of the Gold Coast Builders Association, we appreciate what you do, and the dedication sets you apart, which is one of the reasons that we wanted to have you here today. So it has been my pleasure to have you here today on the Gold Coast Builders Association Builders Spotlight. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks. It was fun, Sam.
And on behalf of the Gold Coast Builders Association, I am Sam Yates, and until our next episode, have a great day, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Gold Coast Builders Association Builders Spotlight. If you have a guest or news you would like to have featured here on Florida's #1 podcast for builders, contact your GCBA podcast host, Sam Yates. The Gold Coast Builders Spotlight podcast, building relationships, one podcast at a time. Have a wonderful day, everybody.